Hi, it's Caroline from Certifier. In this video, I will show you how to automatically generate and send branded certificates of completion after someone submits your SurveyMonkey survey. If you are using SurveyMonkey to collect feedback, run quizzes, or assess knowledge, you might want to reward people with a certificate upon submission. The only problem is SurveyMonkey doesn't have a built-in certificate generator, so sending certificates usually turns into a manual job. Luckily, you can fix that with Certifier, a platform that lets you design, generate, and send the certificates automatically. We will do it with a simple workflow using SurveyMonkey, Google Sheets, and Certifier. SurveyMonkey collects responses, Google Sheets stores them as rows, and Certifier automatically turns each new row into a personalized certificate and emails it. We'll be using Certifier's native Google Sheets integration, which is available on all free accounts, and SurveyMonkey's native Google Sheets integration, so you can test it out without any extra connector tools. And if you are not using Google Sheets at all, you can still do this with Zapier. But today we'll focus on the Google Sheets method. Let's set it up. First, let's prepare everything in SurveyMonkey. Quick note before we begin, we recommend starting with a new empty survey. If your survey already has responses, they will be processed and credentials will be issued for them as soon as you activate the automation. To avoid sending certificates to old responses, you will need to clean the existing responses in the connecting spreadsheet before activating the automation. Now, let's get to setting it up. We'll create a new survey right here. I will name it Program Completion. We need to add 2 questions to collect recipient name and recipient email. We need both for certificates, so we can personalize and send them. Once you add them, remember to switch to options and enable the setting to require an answer to this question. That's all I need, so I can now save. Now let's connect the survey to Google Sheets. Go to Connect Apps, and please note that this option is only available on paid SurveyMonkey plans. Find Google Sheets and choose Create New Sheets. Now connect your Google account. Click Connect and then Continue and Allow. Now, let's configure the integration. First, let's name your new spreadsheet right here. In Include Survey Data, choose which questions, answers, and any metadata you want to be sent to the sheet. You can also filter which responses are sent using Target Specific Responses. By default, all responses will be sent. And if you already have some responses, you will see the option to import existing responses. For this automation, we recommend disabling this option. When everything looks good, click on Activate. And before we move on, we will submit a test response. It helps activate the sheet and gives us a sample row for the next steps. We can just type in recipient name and recipient email. Once it's submitted, it should be passed straight to Google Sheets. Let's find the sheet and see how that looks. And here it is. You should see your survey data as a new row. And a quick tip, this row can trigger one failed automation run later because there's no valid email, but that is expected and harmless. And great, now we can set up Certifier. Just go to certifier.io and click the Sign Up Free button. You can either enter your email and choose a password, or just use your Google account, whatever's easier for you. Once you're in, you'll get access to automations and 250 certificates completely for free, so you can test the whole setup right away. I already have an account, so I will just log in. You will see the Certifier dashboard, where you can design, issue, and manage your certificates. Let's start by creating the design first. Go to the Designs tab and click Create Certificate Design. You can start by choosing from hundreds of templates that are available. To make it even easier, you can use the handy filters to search for specific categories, styles, or color. I will use this Certificate of Appreciation. I'll add the link to it in the description below. Now let's customize it. First, I will remove the placeholder logo at the top and go to the Upload section to add my own. I will make it a little smaller and place it right here. I will also update the text so it matches my use case. For example, I wanted to say Certificate of Completion. You can also adjust colors, fonts, and alignment. Anything you see here is editable. Now I will move on to the QR codes section. We offer 2 kinds of QR codes. It can lead to a verification page or any other website. Using the verification page code is great for security because anybody can scan it and verify the certificate instantly. I will go with the verification code and place it right here in the bottom right corner. Looks good. Next, let's take a look at the text in the brackets, like recipient name. We call them dynamic attributes. Those are placeholders that will be replaced by the actual recipient's data that you provide. For example, recipient name will turn into the actual name of your contact once we finish the setup. Let's click Preview and enter a sample name to see how that will look. If everything looks good, save the design. Next, let's create the group. This will be the place where you add all the details about your event or course. First, name the group, something like course graduates or the name of your course. And then select the certificate design we just created. We can skip the optional fields for now and press Create Group. But before we go, let's go to the email settings. Right here you can select the sender email, which will send the email to your recipients, and the email template, which will be the email they will actually receive. You can customize details like your logo, brand colors, subject, and the text. Once you have selected everything, we can save the group. And now we will build the automation. Go to the Integrations tab and use the search bar to find SurveyMonkey. Enter the details, choose the native automation, and click on Use Template, Connect via Google Sheets. Of course, if you don't want to use Google Suite at all, you can also do this via Zapier. Now, here's how the automation works. Trigger is what happens in Google Sheets, and action is what Certifier does in response. As you remember from previous parts, SurveyMonkey will pass the data to Google Sheets, so Google Sheets will be the trigger. Let's set up the trigger first. Choose the trigger event New Row Added and continue. Then connect your Google account. Click Connect Google Sheets and then Continue and Allow. Now select the spreadsheet created by SurveyMonkey and pick the worksheet that contains the answers. Click Submit and your trigger is ready. Now let's configure the Certifier action, which will be Issue Credential. Let's continue and select the group that we created. Then map the fields. The only required ones are the recipient name and recipient email, but you can also map fields like issue date. So let's map these fields to the corresponding columns from your spreadsheet and do the same for email address. And now everything is set. Click Submit and then Save and Activate. You will see a warning that any existing rows in the spreadsheet will be processed upon activation. Check the box and confirm to activate. Now let's test it. I will open SurveyMonkey Quiz and submit a new test response with a sample name and a sample email. This should now appear in our spreadsheet as a new row. And here it is. After a few minutes, we can return to Certifier and open the Credentials tab. You should see the newly issued credential right there. It's already published, and you can see the details by pressing View. You can also check how that looks for your contact by pressing Recipient View. And here's what the recipient gets: a branded email with a link to their own credential. When they click here, they will see their digital credential page. From here, they can easily download, add it to their LinkedIn profile, or share it on social media as a post. And with verification, anyone can confirm that the certificate is valid. And remember that you can also issue the certificates to your past respondees. Simply export the data as CSV or the Excel file and use our simple spreadsheet upload function. This re-engages your audience, adds a value, and strengthens your credibility with minimal effort. And that's it. You've just set up the SurveyMonkey certificates of completion on autopilot. Now, each time someone fills out your SurveyMonkey survey, their response goes to Google Sheets and Certifier takes it from there, generating a personalized certificate and sending it automatically. And remember, you can start on our free plan and you get 250 certificates included. So you can try everything end-to-end without any extra tools. And all of our native integrations are free, so you can keep things simple. No connector tools needed. If you are using other platforms too, browse through our other native integrations for other quiz and survey tools, or something like Zoom if you run webinars and need certificates of attendance. And if you have any questions while setting it up, just message us in the in-app chat or book a demo. We will be happy to help you out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!